Okay. Testing. Let me check. This is the first time we're doing this, or that I'm doing this. And I'll get right to it because I gotta get familiar with the technical stuff. Before I can kick off. Okay, let me see. Before I can kick off. Okay, let's see. Give me a second. Clinic of it. Now I hope the sound's working. I hope that everything is working as intended. This is going to be a work in progress to try and get this stream off not only on YouTube but on other platforms as well. We're using something called Streamlabs. It's the first time I use it. It's the first time I'm actually live streaming, so yeah, there might be some breaks here and there. There might be some problems, but nothing that we won't be able to get through. So before I get started, you get set up. And for the first stream, what we're going to be doing is actually going over what this is all about. What's the plan? And what are we streaming? Why are we streaming? What are we doing? This is going to be the first of many. I plan on doing this every day. And I'll explain to you what it is. I'll explain to you what it is. one thing you'll notice is that I'm data cold, by the way. I'm data cold, by the way, and one thing that you'll notice is that you'll be, that's pretty neat. You'll be quickly able to there you go, get some music on, perfect. So one thing you'll quickly know, or one thing you'll quickly see, as I was saying, is I'm not using any aliases. My name is Datacolt online. Philippe is my real name. I'm gonna be pretty open going on. I think that's part of what it will take to get this running off the ground. So, you're gonna have to apologize. As I said, it's the first time that we're streaming, the first time that I'm doing this, but I do think that there is a quite big potential, and I think it's something good. I think it's something good that we can do over here. So, a little bit about me, first of all. I am an head of data and AI at Crayon, which is a multinational who was Microsoft's golden AI and ML partner for many years. When OpenAI decided to drop ChatGPT, everything's changed, everything switched, everything, the way things were done completely were turned upside down. We had a team already of 250 people serving the DACH region. DACH stands for the German-speaking area. And I mean, I have, as over time, maybe people will look and go and check out my profile on whatever LinkedIn's and stuff. What you'll see is I've been an entrepreneur for most of my life, and so this was kind of a calling, and I picked up pretty quickly that I was dancing with an elephant, and that we were going through a paradigm shift, and just like any other paradigm shift where all these technologies converge, mainly propelled by AI in this case, the polymath rises. What I mean with the polymath is the person or the individual that has been maybe until now sidelined, that didn't have really a bright future ahead, because since the industrial age we have focused our education much more on specialization rather than anything else. The polymath, on the other hand, is somebody that has been an autodidactic. So many of these people didn't make it to, like, get their dreams of, because they weren't made for specialization. And so they ended up playing Call of Duty and smoking spliffs at home and whatever, and just following what they liked, and but that created a different kind of person, a person that I often find on Discord, and that's actually why our main call it business. Actually, we are an incorporated company. I'll get into that later. But it still runs off remotely off of Discord. It's because there is where a lot of that type of talent is, and was back then. There were the people, Discord has this, goes hand in hand with GitHub. So programmers, the people that are testing and trialing and duct taping and just, and back then even jailbreaking or stuff like that, they were all there, and the movement was beautiful to see how people were just giving themselves to this and investing so much time into what was yet nothing like it is now. Paradigm shift by definition in 5 phases. And we weren't even in phase 1 yet, where people understand the potential of what was lying ahead and how quickly things were going to move. But there in Discord, the amount of talent that you could see was crazy. It was amazing. What you wouldn't see was the type of talent that I'm talking about that also had at the same time a business acumen. And so having had that background where I had worked for several years on a more AI strategist capacity, building the hub of data and AI for Crayon, that was exactly my speciality. And seeing all this talent and, looking at them and their talent, but not knowing how to position themselves or what they could do. In fact, I would see people trying to sell like recipes for meth for like $2 or something like that. Like, it was obvious that I'm going to create a server that is a systemized way which can make the bridge between this talent and what is soon going to be one of the most high demand tech skills. And that was how everything started, and that was how everything took flight. Now, before I get into the details, I thought the best way to do this is I'm going to stream my ambition here is to help people come to terms that we're moving from a knowledge economy to an allocation economy, meaning that the value of white collar has significantly gone down, and paradoxically the value of the person that is able to be resourceful, industrious, and pick up two different tools to create value where there's a vacuum and new products has gone up. It takes 2 to 3 days in one person to create maybe something that used to take maybe 2 months and a whole team of 10 people. That is the reality that we're facing. And so when I first started the server on Discord, it picked up really fast. We got a lot of traction. But of course, the reality is that people need security so that they could really give themselves into this new domain. And so we made a business out of it first. So made a business out of it in the sense that although I didn't want to make projects or be a consultant and do enterprise B2B, that wasn't ever something that I thought is what's gonna survive or it's gonna be most important. I always knew that it's education. especially when we talk about like the increases of unemployment and how that's going to affect our whole social economic dynamics and geopolitical structures. So we created a Clinic of AI. And Clinic of AI is just a company, and it provides products for small and medium-sized enterprises, mostly to keep our integrity, so to speak. We provided and keep providing products for those companies that are at the long tail, let's say, of they're at the long tail of AI, of AI adoption. So, you know, not the BMWs that have like 250K for a sandbox experiment where they can just, you know, hire McKinsey or Siemens, but all the others that are lagging behind, because the dissonance, the inequality, is just going to become bigger and bigger and bigger as this exponential technological increase of technology continues. So yeah, that's it. What I'm gonna do and what my plan is to start from now on documenting everything, and every day going live and doing 2 or 3 things, which is what I think and what I believe to be the most cool thing you can do right now. One, continue building Clinic of AI as our B2B company that provides products for, you know, big, underserved, meaningful, underserved companies that are in the long chain of AI adoption. Secondly, I want to create a space, an arena, call it like that, that addresses or brings together not just AI, because a paradigm shift is always driven by one technology or one innovation, but it's the convergence of many that really make the difference, or really make a convergence. And that's what we're seeing in our case. Like, industries are getting disrupted, not only because of AI. AI has just enabled those new business models to take place. So we're going to be exploring and talking and working with blockchain, Web3, metaverse, animation, entertainment, biotechnology, cyber philosophy, all of these things that come together. And the reason we're going to do that is the most important, is because in all of the past, whenever we had a paradigm shift, whenever we had some big elevator innovation, not some small incremental change, what we had was always we had our institutions, our educational institutions, look to and to help us in terms of like readapting, reorientating. However, what has happened is exactly the worst that can happen, which is the educational institutions have been, I mean, apart from, you know, the Harvards and the Harvards and the Berkeleys and the, you know, a couple of the Ivy Leagues, the EPFLs, ETHs, also Swiss companies that are pumping out a lot of papers in AI and are keeping up. the reality is that the normal average school has been hit. And so what you're going to get is you're going to get students coming out of these schools and confronted with a workplace which they will not be ready for, because a school is an institution which takes a long time until they actually manage to readapt themselves to the current circumstances. That's why there is this whole philosophy around the paradigm shift and it having 5 stages, and it's not something that I made up. It's used for all STEMs, and I think it was cornered by a man named the philosophy was coined by a man named Kuhn, German guy, and it had 5 stages, and it is basically the dissonance between what is and how things are now going to be done versus the resistance that people have towards this new change. All right, and I think we're right now at stage 2, believe it or not. Those of us who are in it seems definitely different, because that's all we talk, that's all we do, that's all we're engaged with. But the reality is, if you ask anybody that's working on a restaurant or you're checking into a hotel and you're trying to find out exactly what are they doing and what do they have in terms of AI that is helping them keep afloat or keep competitive, you'll find out that we're still very, 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 very behind. And what's going to happen is that when you reach that end of like stage 4, stage 5, we're already talking about like some substantial substitution when it comes to jobs that have been up until now made by humans, and now they're going to be automated, or they're going to be replaced, or in best case scenarios they are going to be replaced by humans who know how to use these automations and these AI tools. And that leads me to the third and the most important point, and also leads me to round up the whole name of what we're doing over here. Love to Increase is finally the educational part that we've always wanted to make from Clinic of AI. Educational because, as I've said, you can no longer bank on the normal institutions. Courses are not exactly what is going to get you to be the type of architect and polymath that you need to be in these ages. And so we're making our own system for autodidacts. It's going to be tough, but it's going to be fun, rewarding, and I guess a lot of it we'll figure it on the way. So, to get started, what I want to do is I want to create a Git book. I want to create a Git book, and in this Git book I want to outline exactly how this works, what's going to happen, why is it a stream. Actually, I'll tell you right now, like, you think that, they made they ran a census a while ago that said that the job that most young people wanted was to be content creators. So one naturally thinks it's going to be something that is saturated. Actually, the amount of people that are becoming content creators and the amount of people that are consuming content are both exponentially rising. I have not too many talents, but as I usually tell my staff, is one of them is I got a knack for seeing what's coming around the corner, and the other one is I got a knack for finding the right people to work with. So if my nag about seeing what's right around the corner is right, I think that the next way of people being able to upgrade their skills fast enough so that we can decrease the amount of suffering that will be a result of this imminent unemployment. Let me remind you that 1% unemployment increase equals 0.3% increase in crime rates, equals 0.1% increase in death rates, so forth. So when people say 30% or throw bandit numbers like that, that's scary stuff, okay? And I'm pretty sure that the new method, if we look at how people are engaging with content, and if we look at how the academic institutions are lagging behind, and we are just realistic, we know that if we want to make a change, if we want to make a dent, we need to create ourselves our own way to repurpose people into these high demand tech jobs. Okay, take that young person that just graduated and is faced with a completely new workplace that they had no idea it was going to be like that, because the teacher which was in charge of that specific topic had experience from 20 years ago and was teaching 20 students, which is something completely outdated. But it's also about the people that are in the jobs, It's about Joe that works in a manufacturing plant, and he's got his hands full of oil. He's soul of the earth kind of guy, and suddenly here's an iPad, and make sure you deploy these kind of agents like this, like that. He won't know what to do, how to do it. He's gonna lose his job. He's gonna go home. He's not gonna have the means to feed his wife, his kids. And the same happens to the guy who's doing data entry. Like, these things are gonna happen very fast, accounting, putting this to this. I know it because we've been doing programs for it. We've been developing tools for that, and what we need to do is actually switch the tables and start actually focusing on upgrading people. And so comes Love to Increase. Let's get into it. Let's get into what it's all about. Let's get into how it's going to work. Let's get into all the details. This is basically, as it says on the top left for you, top right, the first stream, and it's just an explanation of the concept, how it's going to work. Okay, now a lot of things are going to change, a lot of things are going to get better. This is probably the worst stream that you've seen until now, and that's okay, because
please
the
take
point
a
is
moment
also,
to shut the fuck up.
I am not. Let's say I'm not a programmer by default. I'm a more a business strategist. I love AI. I know quite a bit about AI, but the point of streaming this since the beginning is actually to get people also involved in seeing how I'm building up an AI agency, and at the same time using that AI agency to funnel in projects to train and upskill people which are soon hopefully to become the audience of this show and our broadcast. love2increase. It's going to be gamified, it's going to be fun, but it's going to be one hell of a challenge. So let's get started, okay? I hope everybody can see. I'm making it a GitHub, a Gitbook, so then I can publish it and I can like have it as a link so everybody can see what it's all about. And you're gonna see a lot of new things from my side, but that's cool because I think that's a lot of people are gonna be coming from different backgrounds, different types of No, I see. A lot of people are going to be coming from different backgrounds, different Alright, here we go. Yeah, I also have to keep an eye out on my language, right? That's gonna be tough as hell. Tough as nails. I don't even know if I can say hell. Let's go with operandi. Let's talk about what the modus operandi is, okay? Like, how are we gonna work? How are we gonna make this work? Okay, how do I delete this? Delete. Modus operandi. What is learn to increase? Method of action. And objective. And I'm going to start right here by saying the objective. I want that to be etched and clear in everybody's minds. So it's Academia 2.0. We're not talking about schools anymore. We're talking about something that's happening in real time. Like, I mean, literally in real time. Academia 2.0 live stream streaming. We're polymaths. I call them polymaths, but we're future polymaths. Are given the resources skills and opportunities to become the next gen of digital ready. Now, I'm not just focusing on AI, as I said, even though it's going to be the main focus. We are going to want to delve into some other really cool stuff. But the high demand tech jobs. Now, I will say one thing. This is not the first time that I actually do this. When we had the crisis in 2008, I had a grant. I was given a grant, and that grant, I hope. God, I'm gonna have to do the design of this as well. I was given a grant by the government, and that grant was to help teach everybody that had been losing their jobs, and repurpose them into the technology sector. So I do have a little bit of experience in this, if that counts. And I know that it's a question of time until, well, it's probably already started, but it's a question of time until it'll become like even more obvious how governments, doesn't matter from what side of the world you're in, will be throwing money at these types of concepts that are able to upscale people, upgrade people with a knowledge that is needed for companies, the modern day company. So I did take the time to make a quick, there you go, a quick image. Okay. What is a polymath, by the way? Polymath is somebody that is, I'm going to tell you something, like, this is something you really need to remember. I get this question a lot, which is like, how should I get myself future-proof and future-ready now in this ever-changing, like, exponential environment? And the reality is that don't specialize in anything. You don't want to become, like, super good at Python, for example. What you want to do is you want to understand and have enough, be well versed enough about a myriad of different technologies. Not in the sense that you know exactly how to program them and you're really close to the metal with them, but just so that you know what they can give you. And by doing that, you become what I like to call an architect, right? And that is what is going to be the most in demand. It's going to be people that are, for example, AI architects, because companies that are going to want to be upgrading, they're going to be looking at AI, and who are they going to hire? They're going to hire somebody who conceptually is able to put into place a full strategy, for example, and not just somebody who knows how to develop. That has been actually one of the things that has made Clinic of AI quite successful, has been the fact that we don't just provide AI and here you go, there's your product, figure it out. it's actually that we have AI strategic people that work on different verticals in terms of industries, and are able to understand what are the client or what is the person that we're working with, what is their workflow, what are their pain points, and we can speak their language, and therefore we're much more efficient at uncovering the problems that they have and finding the right solutions for them. And that is where we want to upgrade everybody to. That is essentially the best position that you can put yourself in. Know enough about everything. Be resourceful. Know how to research is going to be a big part of it, right? Know how to be industrious, meaning also having a well sharpened mind that is able to apply critical thinking, and is able to see every different challenge through a different lens. And for that, yes, we are building the new ninja force of AI architects. That is actually what the objective is. This is what companies need. They don't know it yet, but trust me, this is what they were going to be looking for. Now, so that's we'll be working on this as we go, for sure. We'll be working on this as we go, for sure. I don't want to spend too much time here today. I just want to get some clarity as to what it is that we're doing and how it works, and we'll see how from there. And we'll improve the Git book, and we'll improve the information. Also, things will change as we go. All right, now. Polish docs. Trying to figure out how to use this. Did I just lose everything? Yeah, because it's connected to my it's connected to my GitHub. Okay, gotcha. So let me see. Told you I didn't know how to use this yet. And I chose this because I thought it was really easy. I'm gonna have to run like this. That's pretty neat. Come on, man. Pretty sure it was here. Oh, that's cool. So, welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy. I need to chat. Oh, nice. Okay. But I want it multi-stream. Okay. There's 7 viewers or something. So what we're going to do is the following. We're going to do it differently. No, I don't know. I don't know where it is. I don't know where it is. Full access. Ay, ay. Can you give me my version history, dude? Today, page. Yeah, where the hell is it? Shouldn't it be over here? Yeah, or something like that, but it's not this version history. It just keeps making new version histories. But where did the drafts get sent? So did it just all disappear? don't. Okay. All right. Yeah, we're screwed. All right, fuck it. Let's go. Let's do it the old school way. Okay. Okay. Let's go back to where we were. Okay. Let's say that was today's task.